members of the board. Chief Coda had a personal matter to attend to, so he's asked me to step in for him tonight. Quickly, we had our last food drop and mobile vaccine clinic on May 25th. All the food clinics and the 2 vaccination clinics that were at Nolan Field went off without any issues. So we have the system set up, so if they decide to start up again, we're pretty sure we can roll right back into that again. We were able to make an arrest involving 3 of our cases involving the rash of stolen motor vehicles. It was a juvenile that we arrested. We have some evidence that's up at the state now being examined, hoping to tie in a few more arrests to those. I would just remind everyone, we're going to continue to remind everyone, we are seeing an uptick in car break-ins again, and it's unlocked cars. People have to lock their cars. I know it's, not a, you shouldn't have to, but you do. They're just going through cars. They're driving down the street. They're getting out 4 or 5 people at a time, and they're just going through open cars. So we remind everybody to keep your doors locked. Same thing with stolen cars. The majority of our stolen cars are cars that are left running either outside the house or at a gas station. So people need to be aware of that. We continue to work. There was a group put together of surrounding towns throughout the state regarding the rash of catalytic theft converters. We work with the other departments trying to identify some suspects, processing evidence that we were able to recover, and we're hoping to get some successful closure on that. Alderman Janetti, we did some radar on Elm Street over the last month. Since the last meeting, we were able to make about 17 stops. We'll continue to do periodic checks on Elm Street for you. We continue to do radar up on Bench Street. The radar trailer was up there. That's been pulled off and put onto Wakely Avenue right now. We're going to analyze the data from Bench Street to find out if there's any times in particular. That's the one thing the radar trailer gives us the advantage of. It gives us hour by hour printout of what the speeds are, so we can concentrate our efforts to where it's more important. We continue to monitor Wakely Avenue, Main Street, Columbia Street has come up a few times. We continue to monitor that. It's a small street, but people seem to pick up and get going because it's a one-way. We've talked about the building before. They're doing the finishing touches. Furniture is being built and put in, so that's moving along. And in regards to hiring, we currently are in the process. We have a certified officer, a female officer who speaks Spanish. She's going through the process. We're hoping to get her through and before the Board of Police Commissioners for a potential hire. And we have the open for uncertified and certifieds. We have formed a committee of some of our younger officers to try to get the Ansonia Police Department out there, job fairs and different things. We're going to continue to work with the local community. The chief has had discussions with the Martin Luther King Committee, and we continue to try to work with the churches and the local groups to get residents, applications, and get them in through the process. And that's all I have for you tonight.
Thank you. I wanted to mention that for your benefit, as you analyze the data from those machines, that around this time last year, there was one up on the hilltop as well. And if you find any anomalies in the data, usually it's me sprinting late at night. And so if you see some really off the curve numbers, it may be me running. So you can just disregard that as you analyze.
Duly noticed.
All right. Any questions for Lieutenant Lynch tonight from the Alderman?
Yes, I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
There have been a lot of people down at Nolan Field and on Wakely Avenue in front of Nolan Field doing donuts. A lot of complaints I'm getting up this end about that. All times of night. It could be early, it could be late.
Yes, we've had those complaints too. When we're getting our officers up there, we're trying to address the issue, trying to identify people. There's a larger problem that comes with that. That's too long to discuss right now, but we're continuing to monitor that also.
Okay.
I'll just add in, Lieutenant, to add on to what Chicago just said, is that they're turning around in Extra Mart. I mean, I can tell you it's right across the street from my house. They're turning around there and they're zipping back down towards the Nolan area. And it's a lot of them with the free flow exhausts. Yep. That sound like rapid fire machine guns outside my windows. So
right. We're going to continue to address that for you, try to get some resolution, identify the people, and take corrective action if we can.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you.
All right, next up,